I'm Sarah from Lost in Reviews. I saw Red Riding Hood 2 days ago, and I wanted to ask you a couple quick questions. For Catherine, being a big Twilight fan myself, the mother of Twilight right here, other than Stephenie Meyer, did you, stylistically, a lot of things reminded me of Twilight. Were there any deliberate nods to it in the movie?
Well, I mean, you know, Twilight and Red Riding Hood both have woods as a main character, so in a way I was deliberately trying to be sure that our woods were like our woods, you know, that we didn't go into the mossy, beautiful, you know, Pacific Northwest thing. We made our own trees, you know, with like the big scary thorns, and made them from scratch. That was really fun. So I was trying to be sure that we weren't like, you know, duplicating it.
Yeah. And I just read in the little script-to-screen book that this is basically your dream project.
Yeah.
So, like, where do you go from here as far as if that was your dream project?
Well, part of my dream, because what I wanted to do was actually have the chance to create a world out of, the dream part was to make a world out of my own imagination instead of like a current day thing. Like, I love Twilight, but it had to be like a real high school and real jeans and, you know, all that, and this let you just go into a different world. But there's a lot of, I have a bunch of other worlds in my head, so I can't wait to make other worlds.
What about your next project? I mean, I read If I Stay, thinking that you're going to be doing it, so I was just wondering if there was any progress on that movie.
Well, you know, I'm not 100% sure, because there's that, there's the Maze Runner, there's Hamlet project I've been working on.
Got a lot.
And you don't know, though, when you're going to get the money to do one. So you have to like walk around Hollywood with your cup out and hope somebody will green light the movie, so fingers crossed.
Yeah. For Shiloh, this is kind of your first big movie, wide release. I know you did Skateland previous to this. What was this experience like for you?
Yeah, it was great. I think that I've been a huge fan of Catherine since I think I was in high school, right? And had no idea that I would be here making movies. So that was kind of a dream come true, to be honest. I think that her films always kind of spoke to me, and I know that they speak to millions and millions of other people. You know, it was cool. It was a very different character for me to play, and Catherine had some awesome ideas as to how to kind of take that on, and in terms of, you know, I had a trainer, and the trainer was kind of this cowboy. He'd done the rodeo circuit, and I kind of took some things from him, and she had this ex-boyfriend who'd been in the military, and she had me meet up with this guy who was out of his mind. No, I'm joking. He was a great guy. And
super badass.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and there were all these things that we kind of talked about, and she kind of really led me in the right direction, which was amazing.
Plus, he learned how to chop wood.
We had a guy who's like, you know, had been a seventh generation woodcutter or something like that.
Wow.
And so yeah, he had this technique and all these things. It was neat.
His great-grandfather was in the original Red Riding Hood.
his like 10 back was actually the woodsman from the tale.
So did you do any like personal training other than, like, did you try to beef up at all for this role?
Yeah, the trainer made him do it. The cowboy made him do it.
I think that was one of the requirements when Catherine called me for the part. Maybe she was like, dude, actually it was during the auditions. You were like, dude, you got to start working out.
Yeah, because the guy makes his living chopping wood. So, you know, he's not like on a BlackBerry. not that he is.
I had the flip phone till like a month later, trust me. But yeah, there was a lot of that. I think it's really helpful. I'm kind of a smaller guy, and I did gain a bunch of weight for the movie, and I think that it's just helpful to hold yourself that way and to be confident to, you know that you can fight and defend the girl that you love.
Okay. Keep going? Okay. I'll keep going. So, just, I saw this with the movie with a friend, and as soon as the village idiot Claude came onto the screen, we're thinking, oh no, is this going to be like The Village? You know, because he, in The Village, the Adrian Brody turns out to be the guy that's going around terrorizing people. Was that any sort of,
so
like,
suspecting him?
Yeah.
Well, actually we did, you know, this is a whodunit, it's a thriller, so we want you to, when as soon as Gary Oldman comes in, you start suspecting everybody, you know, and you start looking at each person and thinking, is there a dark side to this person that I never knew? So, you know, I think that's good that you look at each person in a new light, you know?
Yeah. Okay. And just one quick question, brown contacts. Did everyone have to wear brown contacts?
He didn't have to because he already had brown. He was the only lucky one.
Or they were just like, let's just take those eyes and spread them around the cast. You know?
Yeah.
Well, I think like Julie Christie, she said, I'm going to wear brown contacts because I'm known for my blue eyes. I'm like, sorry. I said, Robin Kristen had to wear them.
Yeah.
So you do too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.